playlist here with my daughter. You know, she's kind of sleeping right now. Kind of woke up, you know. I'm not gonna really, if she turns her face at all in this video, I'm shutting it down. If she starts getting too loud, I'm gonna shut it down. Right now she's sleeping. She doesn't really care that I'm talking loud. I figure for an Overeem video, you know what I mean, I can do it, you know, trying to spread some news, you know, for the children, you know what I mean. But anyways, Alistair Overeem tested positive for steroids. The thing about some kind of conversation making a video is I don't know a lot about steroids. You know, as you can see by my physical shape, I don't look like a steroid user, and I'm not. So I don't really know a lot about it. I've never really looked into it, and I've never really had a reason to. But here's what I do know. Alistair Overeem went in for some kind of a meeting of some sort, and then they just kind of hit him up with a random test. Now, some people are saying that he couldn't even got hit with the random test because he should have, like, something about there's a certain amount of time in which you can do things, and that time had passed, so they didn't have the right to do that. And I'm not exactly sure the situation, but that is out there. Also, the idea is out there that he actually hasn't cheated when it comes to the situation of the night of the fight. Whenever this fight happens, or could happen, he would have to be above the levels then, right? Based on the first case being maybe they weren't even supposed to be able to test him. So I don't know. But clearly he was way above the accepted levels. In the Olympics, you're allowed to be 4-to-1 T to E, testosterone to something. I don't know what it means. 4-to-1 is the highest you can be before you're cheating. The Nevada Athletic Commission, 6-to-1. Overeem, right, he was at 14-to-1. So this dude just took the needle out his arm. He might have took the test with, well, not his arm, his ass. He might have had the needle jammed right in his booty. Like, not in the hole. I'm talking about, come on guys, no homo, right? I'm just saying, high. 14-to-1. That's like getting stopped by the police saying, are you, and just rolling down the window, you know, with a 40 in your hand with the mouth full of some kind of something, right? So this dude was out of control. What do I think about it? I mean, I knew he was doing roids, just like I know like 80% of the UFC is on roids. Now, there's lots of different roids. There's the roids that help you get to look like Overeem, which most people aren't on. And then there's the roids that just allow you to train harder. The roids that allow you to not get hurt. The roids where when you do get hurt, you take them to recover quicker. The roids that you take so that the other roids don't give you man boobs. There's all type of roids, man. There's all type of roids. And I know this because I've talked to a lot of different people, fighters, people who train fighters, people who are like doctors that work with fighters. And I've heard, you know, straight out of the horse's mouth that they've been to so-and-so camp, which is like, if I said the name, right? It's a big camp, like one of the top 5 camps with tons of fighters, lots in the UFC. And these guys have like refrigerators in the gym. And it's just a fridge with a lock on it, combo lock or whatever. And you just, if you open it up, just roids all day. There's roids to help you lose weight. There's all types of roids. There's lots of banned substances. And the situation is, these fighters are on them, you know? And the reason they don't get caught is because you can cycle. So you know, it's a science, right? It's just like cutting weight. The average person just can't lose 12 pounds, can't put on 20 pounds overnight, right? But when you know the science of weight cutting, you can drop everything that your body doesn't need and some of the stuff that it does need, go step on a scale, go home and start chomping on ice and eating, and overnight you just put on 15 pounds. It's a science, just like weight cutting. I mean, just like cycling. So you go, you do your roids as hardcore as you want, but as long as you stop by a certain time, then your levels in your body should drop by a certain time. And the reason people get caught is because, you know, they're off with this with the cycle, or, you know, it took longer than before, or they did something different because they were, you know, it was like, man, if I don't take this steroid, then I'm not going to be able to fight because I'm going to be injured, right? So there's a lot of stuff. And, you know, you've heard different numbers from different fighters where they'll say 80%, 90%. I'm not going to disagree from what I've heard. So, you know, Alistair Overeem is 215 pounds bean pole, skinny as hell. And then all of a sudden, within a few years, guy's walking around looking like the Terminator. I don't really know what the Terminator looks like if he had all those muscles, but he's looking enormous. Of course he's doing steroids, you know, but so is everybody else. Do I like the fact that he got caught for roids? No. Do I think that they should test for roids? Yes. Why? Because at the end of the day, there are problems with taking steroids that happen to your body. You have people who are wrestlers and whatnot. They take a lot of steroids. They get a staph infection. Or if I get a staph infection, my immune system, which is on point, I'll be all right. But some of these other wrestlers who take all these steroids, they get a staph infection. All of a sudden, they got a hole in the side of the body because it just got out of control and their body just couldn't stop it. You know, there's a lot of different things that can happen, not just, you know, infertility, which, you know, I guess is a problem for some, that happen if you take steroids. So not just roid rage, you know, there are lots of little, I don't know them all because like I said, I only know as much as I've basically told you. But yeah, so I think that steroids need to not be in the sport, but they are. And, you know, certain people are tested more than others because they just look like, you know, Greek gods, you know, no homo. Alistair Overeem. So anyways, I mean, I guess I don't even know if I said anything. I've been talking for like 7 minutes. I'm not sure if I said anything. So let me just wrap it up. Alistair Overeem got caught. That sucks. Every time somebody gets caught that I'm a fan of, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But it is that. It's that they got caught. Because it's, you know, it's not often that they actually, you know, got like, you know, like framed, you know what I mean? Or like they didn't know, you know, I was taking some pills that I didn't know, you know. That's not what happens most of the time. It's they got caught. And pretty much, I believe a vast majority of fighters in the UFC are on some type of a steroid or have used some type of a steroid for a fight at some point in their career. Some of them are habitual users. Some of them use them when they need it. You know, and it is what it is. They don't all get caught because they know how to cycle. I don't think there's a way to fix it. Dana White did say something like if you know, other sports, like if the NFL got tested, if the players in the NFL got tested as much as the players in the UFC, there'd be no NFL. And I probably would agree with that. I don't think basketball has, the NBA, I don't think they have steroid testing at all. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Steroids, they're there. They're not going anywhere. And the fighters and the people in the camps and the coach, they all know how to work around the law. So, you know, what can I say? You know, like, it is what it is. All right, yo, so I totally forgot about part of what the whole idea of the video was probably supposed to be about, which was what do I think will happen next or should happen next. Well, supposedly Overeem is going to still be able to maybe fight, so we'll see what happens there. That's going to be kind of weird if they say a guy came in and tested 14-to-1 ratio and he still is allowed to fight. That'd be kind of crazy. I wouldn't be upset if that happened. You know, obviously this is all bias, right? This is 100% bias at this point. This isn't who do I think will win a fight? Who do I think you should bet on? This is just what do I think should happen according to my own favoritism. So I would still like to see that fight happen if there's a way somehow to make it happen. This might sound strange, but it does. If it can't happen, I'm always a big fan of comeback stories, stuff like that. I would like it to go to Mark Hunt. Has he deserved it? Has he earned it the most? Does he deserve it more than anybody else? Probably not. Who should probably get it based on who earned it? Frank Mir. But, as you know, that guy bothers me. He just talks so damn much. This might sound, I don't know, like a pot and a kettle situation, but he loves to hear himself talk. Just for record, I don't love to hear myself talk. But he loves, if he could, he would write a book and just read it, or just talk into a camera and just watch himself speak, because he just loves that. And he's talking about, I want to become the first ever 3-time heavyweight champion. No, I do not want that to happen. I personally think he would get knocked into, oblivion by Dos Santos anyways, because he would have no chance in hell of getting the fight to the ground, and he's not going to win a fight on the feet. But anyways, regardless, I think Mark Hunt, who was, on a crazy losing streak, Dana's been very vocal about saying, I gave him a chance to just take the money and leave me alone. And he said, no, I want to earn my money. I want to fight. So he, they were going to pay him out. They were basically like, listen, you can come over here and fight. And, you're freaking losing like crazy. So just look, we'll just pay you out. And he said no. He is a fighter. He said no. They say free money. Just free money. Go take it, right? He said no. So I want to fight. He went out there and lost to Sean McCorkle, I think it was. Was it Sean McCorkle? I don't know. I forget. But he lost a fight that he did not ever need to lose. And then he won 3 in a row now. And 2 of them being pretty damn epic and just being really, really cool about it the whole way. It'd be crazy if he went out there and had a fight with Junior dos Santos, because Mark Hunt's stand-up is probably better than probably everybody's. Like, Overeem stand-up is better in theory, but I don't know. I think Mark Hunt, that real K1 ability, like, we're not talking about, they talk about a lot of stuff like, yo, this guy's got world-class this, and, Surreal Diabate has world-class striking, or he's alright, but, the ability to know what you're doing with, exactly, you throw a punch, you know where it's going, if it lands, the fight's over, all of that. Hunt has that like very few. I'm talking about the heavyweight division for sure. In the heavyweight division, Anderson Silva's got it. He's got it. And there's just a few others that have it. And it would be crazy to see him come from literally 0 all the way up to heavyweight champion. And it's not like Brock Lesnar's situation where he was just given a title shot after 1 win. Because that's what happened with Brock. He just had to win a fight just 1 time. And even with Randy, he had a bunch of wins, but he would lose at heavyweight. They'd give him a title shot at light heavyweight. He'd lose at light heavyweight, retire, and come back and step into a title shot at heavyweight. So we're not even talking about that. We're not talking about somebody who just was given something. He's legitimately won 3 fights in a row. And, it is what it is. I want to see Mark Hunt heavyweight champion in 2012. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. And I know that there's some crazy guy out there from New Zealand or whatever who put some kind of stupid bet that nobody would ever make if they weren't, I went to school with them or something crazy like that, and he would win a lot of money somehow because they were like, Mark Hunt, champion in 2012, bet $1, win 20,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like a year ago, you know what I mean? So anyways, underdog stories, I love them, especially when they're with good people. So, I kind of want to see Mark Hunt win right now as much as I would like to see Sonnen get knocked out by Anderson Silva. I think those are equal right now. Now, my fandom for Mark Hunt will not always be that way. So right now, it's striking while the iron's hot. My fandom for Silva against Sonnen will be like that. until I stop watching MMA. And then even when I'm done, sometimes I'll wake up probably and be like, oh, okay, I thought Sonnen was the champ. So, just for the record, while we're here talking about nothing, if Sonnen beats Anderson Silva, there could be some problems for me making videos. I don't know what I would do. Oh, please, Sonnen. Go out there and get your ass knocked out. MMA, it's important. Peace.